Ah, women. So, anyways, I got bored. Decided I was just going to do an impromptu live stream. Alright, we'll keep a little bit of music in the background. Women. Alright, so I'm coming out okay. I doubt anyone's going to be watching right now, but something revisit later. Like I said, I'm exceptionally bored. Decided just to kind of test out some stuff. So, what am I doing right now? Okay, so I'm drawing a beach ball based monster girl. Okay, so this character here is Miss Beach Ball. Highly imaginative, extremely original name, I know. Cynicism, self-deprecating humor. No duh. And the character was created a while back, I think probably the early 2000s, a part of a Power Ranger inspired fan fiction character. They needed a bunch of monsters. This was mainly for my friend Jesse, so I just created a bunch of monsters. They range in a wide variety, some more serious than others, and others just purely ridiculous. This was among the more ridiculous characters, heavily inspired by like the bizarre object-based monsters you would find in the second season of Power Rangers, or more, let's just face it, a lot of my weird ideas come from like Sailor Moon related bullshit. So man, it's already like, what is it, 4 minutes into this live stream. I've already said a bad word. Power Ranger related nonsense, Power Ranger and Sailor Moon related nonsense, because Sailor Moon had a lot of very fetching monster girls. But let's face it, it's the typical thing in anime where, yeah, I think the writers or artists are putting their own little fetishes in there, if you will. Nothing wrong with that. And also, I didn't have a good screen to use, so I just found this old thing on the side. But yeah, let me bum. Oh, okay, much better. This is a much better example of what I'm trying to accomplish here. Give me a moment. Okay, just gonna because just randomly having a giant bikini woman on the side is a little weird, but I kind of want to give you an idea what I'm doing right now. Okay, much better, much better. In the sense that it's worse. Okay, so yeah, I created Miss Beach Ball. She's basically like one of those bizarre monsters that was like artificially created through magic and brought to life. She's not from what I remember with the character, she's not an inanimate beach ball brought to monster giantess life. But she was sort of like a poorly drawn cartoon character that was brought to life. Hence the more ridiculous appearance and proportions. But the thing is, the character's been mostly rejected. But I did have some inks of her that just needed some minor cleaning up. And I finished those. And while I know there's artists out there that do much more elaborate art streams where they'll show you every step by step, I'm not good at multitasking. I don't give a shit what some of my ex-guests have said. I'm not good at it. I'm getting sick and tired of constantly being put in the spot. And recently I did a live stream with Brayton where it was nice to have my concerns confirmed, if you will. That trying to man the show and do the technical stuff, trying to be a host and to try to wrangle your various guests, for better or worse, does not allow for a smooth show. And a lot of the terrible mistakes I do on Night Owling and the former live stream of consciousness, and more so some of the failed live streams, have definitely kind of proved that. Also, just to let you know, for some weird reason, YouTube assumes that I'm some sort of inhuman spam bot from another country, so my abilities on YouTube have been greatly limited. However, a lot of it is suspect, and from the advice of some of my friends, ignorant and ill-informed and much more intelligent alike, we've decided not to look into it and just let YouTube hopefully take my slight limitations off in 2 months from now. Of course, that also means I have to do more content, and if that means a lot of just random little live streams like this, by all means do so. Another reason they may have done that is because I've been using a lot of copyright music, and while I don't mind not making money off a YouTube channel and not being monetized, if it constantly leads to problems like what I'm currently facing, then screw it. You know, I'll just do my best with what I hope is public domain music. I'm currently using the kind of background music from the beautiful, what the hell am I saying? Beautiful night sky ultra high definition background with jazz music from 4K screensavers. Let me go ahead and share that link. Here's the problem though. Yeah, I can't put in external links in or out of YouTube. It just comes off as normal text, and I know many of you out there do not want to copy or paste. But yeah, this is the music that I'm currently using. This has been a very helpful just random background to use in past live streams, and it shall be used again. And if it gets deleted, then I will be more than happy to curb it. That's a fun word of saying steal it from the original YouTube and re-upload it if need be. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an impromptu live stream with Enshohma on an early morning on February 1st. February 1st. Here in Los Angeles, and it is currently raining cats and dogs. I was going to go out and do some early morning groceries, but I decided I'm just going to stay home. And because I'm a little on the bored side and I can't go to bed right away, and I'm not going to work until maybe the afternoon, if the rains don't change things, then I'm going to just do this little live stream and see who comes in. Apologies about the psychotic rant earlier. I'm just kind of in a little angry mood, but I'm much better now. So who is this character that I'm working on? This is Miss Beachball, and she is a Monster Girl character that I created a long time for a Power Ranger fan fiction project that evolved into something a little more original, but no less inspired. And this character here has kind of been put on the back burner, so to speak, in the sense that I don't know if we're really going to do anything major or serious with her. But I did have some existing inks of her, and since I'm trying to fill up a whole book of original giant monster artwork of characters and concepts, I decided what the heck, I'm going to incorporate some of the female monster gals in there. Nothing too explicit, I hope, but on a TV-14 level. And let's face it, nothing wrong with a little bit of cheesecake. So, but yeah, the idea behind this character, she's very much inspired by like the insane monsters you would find in Sailor Moon, which typical of anime artists, they probably put their own little preferences or fetishes in there. And as well as some of the more ridiculous Power Ranger. Okay, what are you doing over there, cat? I was doing so well, and now she's gone mad. Cats are getting restless despite the fact that they spent a whole hour in the rain just looking at the water. So I got the two special cats, so to speak. One's thankfully asleep, the other one's running around. And they've been fed, so I'm not going to feed them again. They usually get weird like this. Alright, so Miss Beachball, I think in the context of the original story, she was sort of like a weird cartoon character that was drawn by an alien cartoonist and brought to life through alien magic. And the character's always been there. She's sort of, you know, typical Enshohma related ditzy, big busty monster girl thing. Again, Sailor Moon was a big influence on that. And the character's always been in the back burner, but recently I've kind of pulled her out of storage. I had these pre-existing inks that I spent the last 2 days cleaning up and reworking. And I'm going to include her into the Giant Monster book, which is just going to be a big art book of giant monster related things. With a mostly original characters or any kind of public domain characters from mythology and classical literature I can add. But yeah, I finished off the main body, which includes the original inks, which had to be cleaned up, as you can see here. So there's a lot of holes and sort of holes within the layer, so to speak. Oh, I got. And then I had to basically fill out the rest with white filler on its own layer. So there you go. Okay, and then I added a layer for coloring. Bum bum bum. Figure. Okay. And another one for the gradients, which without the coloring. This is a trick that was taught to me by my friend Rosie. She's probably better known on the old kaiju websites as Queen Ghidorah. Although I think she also goes by... Hold on, I want to see what her current kind of handle online, so I can advertise her better. Come on, come on. Oh, hello, what is this? Oh, nice. Okay, just got a nice little present from another friend. Cyborg Kale, she goes by that name mostly, as well as her web series of the same name, Cyborg Kale. That's Cyborg Kale. But she gave me this really good advice that when you do gradients, instead of just doing the basic gray gradients, like a lot of artists do, alter them color-wise, either with a purplish hue to make them pop out more when you add the color, or other kind of pastel colors to kind of reflect the colors that these gradients will be merged with. So, for example, if the character has tannish skin, give them sort of a pinkish orange type gradient here, and it makes it pop out a little better. As opposed to gray. See, it's a little too harsh as gray, with gray gradients. But if you use the color gradients, again recommended by my friend Rosie, bada bing bada boom, it pops out a lot more. It kind of glows too on the screen. So, oh, am I actually getting comments? Or is that the Discord? That's probably the Discord. Because right now no one's watching. And probably for the best, because like I said, the first 10 minutes was a psychotic rage rant. There's a good chance that this stream will be unlisted. I'll just edit these little sections out. But yeah. So yeah, this one came out really good. And unlike most artists who will show you the process step by step when they do an art stream, which can usually lead to hours upon hours of material, I've decided not to do it with most of my live streams, because the cleaning up of the line work or doing the line work from scratch is always a tedious process for me. And I don't do well multitasking, so I try my best not to do art streams where it's that boring. And then once I get the line work done, the coloring and the gradients just come in so quickly. One little thing I had to do, and forgive me for zooming in on her top regions here, but that's why you love the show, isn't it? Is that I had to do some effects related lighting, and that's a whole different layer on its own right with the normal settings, so that way it doesn't bleed through or gets transparent. And because she is a sort of human beach ball hybrid monster, completely artificial, completely magical, so the biology behind it doesn't matter. It's like she's just a weird magical homunculus thing. I decided just to kind of give her a bit of a shine. So she's not rubbery here. She's supposed to be, more human-like in the human areas. Goddamn, that sounds suspect. Sorry about that. Again, it's just a silly little creature design. But yeah, I had to add all these little highlights. And yeah, back when I used to use Photoshop, it was a lot easier to do this stuff. But now I got to go in and, with the polygon lasso, just try my best to fill in the areas. And then later, airbrush it a bit with the paint brushes on the Photopea here. And while it is a bit tedious and takes a lot longer, the end results are way worth it. Like, I hate doing the work. I'm not good at doing the detail stuff. But when you do finally get to the detail stuff, it's worth it. So, but yeah, there you go. Bum bum bum. This one came out looking very good. And I'm not just saying that because, it's a pretty monster lady. Although Miss Beach Ball isn't really my type. The whole inflatable head baldness thing. There are beautiful bald women out there, that is for sure. But yeah, this is not this is a weird cell, basically. And the character was meant to be mostly silly and comical. Yeah, there's cheesecake. Yeah, there's, you know, eye candy going on with this character, but this isn't exactly the same level of, that I get with, like, other designs like Miss Blue or some of my other female characters. So yeah, this is just kind of a silly monster girl for the sake of a silly monster girl. Hold on, I'm going to try something out. Just going to rearrange the screen a little bit so she doesn't seem so stretched out. Oh, okay, there's an issue. The readjusting of the screen. That seems okay. Not perfect. But anyway, so I'm going to be incorporating this character into my giant monster book, but I want to give her a suitable background, and using this public domain photo from, I believe, the website Freeview or Free Service. Hold on, I'll find out what it is, because there are some actual professional websites that give you free public domain images to use, and you don't even have to be a member or pay money. It's not like Getty Images. But at the same time, it's like I try to be as original with my artwork as possible, or at least alter it so much that it doesn't become an issue later on. But yeah, let me find what the original website for the said image that I used is. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, Unsplash. That is a website that was recommended to me by several friends in Britain. It is a free-to-use website for professional artists. Now, granted, their images are not the best. This is like just slightly above average professional stuff. Slightly below average professional stuff, maybe. But it is great for gathering reference images or elements that you want to use in photo collages. And while there's no unique or interesting beaches near me, and this is the image in question, that was another thing about free Unsplash, the website, is they actually tell you who the photographers were. And the person who took the picture of this beach is called Elizabeth Lies. Okay, that must be a handle or something. But yeah, that's the name of the photographer who took a picture of this beach image. Now, originally I was going to have Miss Beach Ball. Hold on. I have a combined layer where I can just easily do something like this. Copy. Yeah, originally I was going to try to recreate the whole image and have Miss Beach Ball fit in the beach, but then I realized that she is way too gigantic and the proportions would be wrong. See, she's just way too huge. She'd be like, what, 300 feet compared to the human beings here, if not even slightly bigger, 100 feet. And I don't like my kaiju too big, even my giantesses and monster women. So I decided I'll make her a little smaller, and she'd be like roughly 60 feet, so to speak, here. Hopefully, maybe. So yeah, I kind of shrunk her down a bit. Now, of course, like I said, I kind of want to keep the illustration as original as possible, but it's more than okay to use the backgrounds of some of these public domain images for reference sake. So the idea is that I took a portion, the same one that I kind of just shrunk down. We'll close this up. Alright, we'll keep that one just for reference. And I'm going to recreate it artistically, because this is what I'm basically going for. This is a mock-up image of what I'm going to be doing. And let me just do a quick little boom. Boom. Okay, that's boom. I was going to try to do math in my head, but that's not working. So yeah, the idea is I'm going to kind of recreate this background completely through artwork. And so far, I got a layer for basic watering. The ocean itself, although the ocean might be a little too bright and green. That's to kind of give it a little bit of darkness. The beach, you know, it's funny, beach sand is more of a whitish color with just a hint of peach to it, or just regular peach. But it doesn't pop on screen that much, at least for me, for my liking at least. So what I'm going to do is, kind of make it a little more orangish to let it pop off the screen a little bit. Now, what I've been doing a lot lately, and this is a bit of a cheat, is that I take textures. These are from photos that I personally take pictures on my cell phone with, or from various public domain sources or online images. Again, if it's a photo collage and it's almost unrecognizable, you're more than okay in that regard. It's slightly removed enough from the work, it's no problem. Although I definitely may need to talk to somebody like Matt Frank to get an even better idea how the laws in that work. But I was going to use a texture to try to recreate the ocean waves. And I took this from another picture of the ocean. I think I may have just found it off somebody's Instagram. So unfortunately, I did not write who was the originator for it. That's another thing. It's okay to admit that you've stolen stuff. No, it's not okay to admit you've stolen stuff. Then the cops will throw you in jail. But when it comes to creative stuff, it's okay to admit that you curbed or copied several things. As long as you do it up front, then people will be a lot less angry and judgmental about it. But with that said, though, while I've been doing really good with kind of textures in the past, I'm not too happy with the way this is looking right now. In fact, this looks pretty terrible, all things considering. So yeah, I may end up just kind of getting rid of this completely, because that's not working. I have an overlay, and then when I try to do it otherwise, it makes the ocean way too bright. There's this, but then that's way too dark. Hold on, let's see what happens if I kind of brighten up the ocean texture. Oh, that helps a little bit. But then when I do the cool effects stuff like this, it doesn't look so good. But on multiply, that's a little better. Better yet, how about this? Copy. Okay, I'll leave it as is. What was it, a screen? Yeah, it was a screen. And just in case I want to revisit later, I'll just go ahead and keep that. So yeah, I made two different versions of the same layer. So there is this one, which works when you have the settings on screen. And then there's this one when you put the settings on multiply, which is probably the strongest bleed through. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a good alternative. We'll see from there. Alternatively, I may just end up making the waves myself. Okay. There's another layer for another beach. Additional beach colors there. I also have a layer for water jetsam. Again, I'm trying to recreate this artwork-wise. And I don't know how well you can see it on your end, but there is sort of a sprinkling or despeckled effect there for the water. Oh. Okay, that's not half bad, but it's a little too photographic. It starts to come off looking like one of my Pachimon-inspired cards. But that's not bad. I may save that. May use that somehow. What if I brighten it up? I tried doing a full screen with the Photopea, but it wasn't working out because it was just too much stupid side stuff. Well, that might work. But again, it's a little too kind of photo collage-y. Plus, she kind of gets lost in the blue, too. Okay, I'll just leave it as is. Alright, the Jetsam. Now, this is sort of, again, a combined, isolated layer of Miss Beach Ball. That way I can move her around however I decide. But I'm going to try to keep her in the center focus of the picture. And the idea is, again, to recreate the background with the little mock-up you see on the side. That's not the final artwork. This is a mock-up of what I want to try to get to. So yeah, I'm going to recreate the rocks back here. I'm going to try to do the city in the background, although I'm going to cheat, and I'll explain why in a moment. Now, as for the people here, I'm tempted that maybe I'll just kind of recreate them as simple sketches and kind of just put them randomly around. Because the idea for Miss Beach Ball now is originally she started out as an antagonist, but now I'm thinking maybe it would be a good idea to make her a semi-benevolent creature. The idea that she's sort of a gigantic beach bum. Or like a lot of Power Ranger monsters, she can't alter her size to become gigantic or small on will. So she's not always gigantic, but I figure she's sort of a resident kaiju of either a Brazilian beach or a Venice Beach. Although to be fair, Venice Beach isn't really that big. It's long. It's a very long pier. It's a very long walk, but it's not a very big beach. So yeah, maybe it's best to keep her in like a foreign location. Oh, Fiji. Yeah, Fiji's a good place. I don't think there's many kaiju in Fiji. I'm trying to spread all the monsters throughout the world. But yeah, she'll be a Brazilian girl. And I'm not just saying that because of her dark tan skin. And she kind of just hangs around and lives by a beach. And she's semi-benevolent, but, you know, still sort of an ex-con ditzy monster gal. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Might have to make her a little thinner. Uh-oh. Yeah, if I put on the layers with the relatively bigger size, she's stepping on this poor girl here. What if I move her a bit here? Oh no. Yeah, we lost one. Okay, sorry. Looks like Miss Beach Ball isn't completely innocent after all. So, oh well. But yeah, this is the idea that I'm going to try to go for. But let's go back to doing artwork. But plus, it's it's the middle of the week too, so everyone's probably all just trying to get to work and just trying to do school stuff. And I have no idea if I'm even going to keep this listed, because that little insane rant at the beginning, yeah, that was just that's going to be incriminating. So yeah, we'll edit some stuff out. See, so far not so half bad. Now you can still see the original photo. In the original photo, you can see like this local coastline with a bunch of buildings and all that, because I've done enough pictures where it just, you know, sky, horizon, ocean with nothing else. Now I'm just trying something here. I took this photo of a Japanese coastline. Hold on, who did this belong to? I know I try my best to label all the names of these photos I collect. Curb, Steel. Oh yeah, this is from a Twitter. Oh wait, this is from Twitter user Piro Ringa, who does a lot of great kaiju art. But he also takes a lot of really good photos of the local beach area. And again, with photo collage law, I can kind of cheat it and use this for a distant background element. But yeah, I'm just gonna see how this works out. First, I gotta separate everything, so I'm use my polygon lasso to make just a very crude cutout. And again, the element I'm taking here is going to be so small and far and distant in the horizon that I think I can get away with it. But if it becomes too jarring looking, I may just have to recreate the buildings through very simple artistic means. Not only that, but it's like the original photo itself, you can clearly see it's a sort of a heavy city coastline. Those are never really attractive. So I'm going to use this Japanese coastline with this very pretty sea of trees here and see what I can do with it. But first I gotta do the work, and this is the tedious, boring stuff. thankfully this is a freehand polygon lasso, so it makes things easier in that regard. Already my throat is parched, and I foolishly didn't get a drink before I started. I mean, yeah, I think I'll keep this up for the stream at least until 6:30 or 7 o'clock. After that, I think I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to sleep in. With the heavy rains, I don't think I'm going to be heading off to work. And if it does, no problem. That's around 1 o'clock, so I got plenty of time. I did alter this photo ahead of time. I played with the tone and the brightness and the contrast to give it a much brighter tropical daytime feel, as opposed to the original image where it just looked a little on the cloudy late afternoon side. That's another thing about photo collages. If you alter each element ahead of time, it helps. But I've been doing way too many photo collages lately. I might have to do something where I just start drawing the backgrounds, although it's still okay to use real-world photos as references. Okay, that was a good idea. Okay, that's better. Thank goodness I left the music on. Before in the past, I'd used to have like crickets and other kind of nightly sounds for the night owling stuff, but it doesn't really work so out. Doesn't work so well. Doesn't work so out. That's not a real phrase. And not only that, but if you want to isolate the audio for later things, it doesn't really work out. But I guess when it's just me by myself doing this artwork and sort of the tedious nonsense like that, it's okay, just let the music play. And again, I'm going to say a big shout out to the web channel 4K screensavers. They got tons of really cool background screensavers that I use. And with kind of simplistic, hopefully public domain music, although knowing my luck, YouTube is probably going to do some nonsense later on for the intermission area at least. But yeah, their link, this particular screensaver music that I'm using is from a video called Beautiful Night Sky Ultra High Definition Background with Jazz Music. Very simple name. And I will share the link in the description if possible. But like I said, YouTube has been being very weird with me, and I don't want to revisit that chestnut. Okay, that's separated. Now I'm going to go ahead and press the cut in the edit section. And I've just gotten rid of half of the problem layer area. Now to get rid of the rest. Cut. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to when this live stream is over, I'm going to put it on private or unlist it. So if you save the link, you can No. I'll put it on private and get rid of the rant at the beginning. Because, yeah, more people are starting to notice me, so I need to be a little more professional. But yeah, I'm honestly a little Titoed at certain people, and I'm not going to go into detail because I got it out. What's sad though, I will say this though, in my experience dealing with bullies and just kind of passive aggressive idiots, the best way to combat them is to kind of put them on the spot and point out what they're doing, or confront them there and then, as well as to do so beforehand. So it kind of takes a little bit of their power away from further attacks. But it's not easy, and you got to do it in the right way. You're going to alienate other people. Oh wait, this person is starting conflict. Well, only so I can, fight back against the bully in question. Because I hate to say it, I think a lot of people, they're so desperate to avoid conflict that when there's an actual bully about, or some sort of passive-aggressive asshole, they don't really do anything. They just let it happen, turn the other cheek, and while that is sort of the noble thing to do, it just allows the bully in question to see more of an opening and continue the attack. But that's all I'm going to say on the matter. We're trying to keep this a fun, happy video. Look at all the happy trees, so to speak. Okay, and one more cut through edit. Okay, that worked out. I'm actually going to save this as its own little PNG. So if I don't end up using it for the Miss Beach Ball illustration, this might be great for later use. Ooh. 4000 pixel width. Width 4096 in width and 844 in height. Okay, save it. We shall call this okay. Hold on, I'm right now writing something. Miss Beach Ball BG elements. BG is short for backgrounds. There you go. Now let's see if it's going to work in the main illustration itself. Okay, so it's this little hill here that I just isolated is going to be put far in the background. So the smaller I make it, the better. I think, better yet, yeah. Let the laws of photo collaging enter the argument. Okay, that works out a bit. That does kind of work out. It's not perfect, though. Interesting. Yeah, it kind of works. It's not perfect. Yeah, if I fudge it a little bit, maybe. May have to recreate this artistically, but as a reference, I will keep it. Okay, that's not perfect, but it's okay as it is. Let's see what happens if I go to the filter and blur it. Ooh, a little too much of a blur. Okay, not great, but it works a little bit. We'll see. Like I said, I might have to recreate it later, artistically. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. Hate it when it does that. Okay. Clear. Clear. Maybe if I put some sort of reflective effect, that might help. Wait, what's this? Oh, okay. I see what that is. Yeah, I'm definitely enlisting this. I can make a more exciting edit of it later. But hey, more content. Yeah, I'm really cheating here. The end results aren't that good. Oh, that's not half bad. Okay, that's not half bad at all. And that is on hard light with layer. Okay. Yeah, it's a little tacky. Okay, I'll just leave it there for now. Come back to it another time. Oh, hello. What is this? What is all that nonsense? Let's really cheat it. Okay. I'll keep it around just as reference. Alright. Oh, do. Okay, I'm just going to do a very basic rock here. Now it's really going to get tedious. I don't know if you can hear the rain in the background. It's supposed to be a big all-day rain today. Okay, the rock isn't going to be perfect. Especially his last couple of movies. Hey-oh! I like Dwayne Johnson. He's okay. Unless, of course, he turns out to be one of those Hollywood cannibals that you hear so much in the mainstream media and the far-right media and the not-so-happy, I don't know, stupid stuff. I was trying to do a joke and it didn't work out. Oh, wait a minute. This actually may work out. The line work with the rocks. These rocks might be a little too craggy, so I'm going to try to simplify them a little bit. Because, yeah, the line work alone, this is tedious. But can you imagine what it's going to be like when I get to the gradients? Jesus. not to mock jazz, but it is almost a reliable go-to just for basic background music. Gonna check something quickly. Okay, good. No angry emails. So far I'm okay. My solicitor says I need to check my stocks. Before the rain started, I was able to get most of the groceries done, with the exception of dog food. Because I don't like most of the canned dog food over at Walmart. The portions are too small, and at those prices, I'm better off going to other stores and getting slightly bigger cans. Although I'm thinking that from now on we should get our oldest dog, Simka, well, our one remaining dog, some of those nice refrigerated dog food meals, because I think that might last him a little longer and to be a lot healthier, especially at his age. I was going to go to the store this morning, but because of how heavy it's raining, I decided no. Might change my mind after this live stream. Just get it over and done with, even if I have to walk into the rain. Good. Oh. Oh, okay, there's a mistake you made. Okay. Minor mistake. I can handle it. You know, if I do this if I decide to re-upload this live stream as an edited video, maybe I'll actually put some sort of like background commentary. As some of my friends noted, I don't advertise a lot of my projects ahead of time, so I have only myself to blame for the lack of interest from the viewers. Oh, that didn't go well. Hold on. Okay, now I'm cheating a little bit. Okay, the rest I'm gonna have to kind of just improv and figure out. Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright. Ooh, yeah. Nah, that's okay. It's a good thing I caught that in time. Just gonna quickly save the progress so far. Sorry about that loud beep, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, not perfect, but not bad either. Hopefully this part takes a little quicker, because there's a little bit of a trick. I'm going to take the subtract option on the polygon lasso, clean out the edges a little bit. Didn't even notice there was a guy in an inner tube floating in the water there until just now. Now what am I doing here? Subtracting from the outer edges of what I just did. So I can invert the polygon lasso and just color the rocks within. Save me some extra time. That'll be a different layer on its own. Line work here is rough though. There's a good chance I may have to just end up recreating the rock as in drawing, and then scan it into the computer. Almost done here. Let's see what kind of work I've done so far. I want to get this all done by Friday and have this be my big upload, but as it stands, yeah, it's going to need a little extra love and care. But yeah, let me get rid of the original reference photo. Okay, we got the rock there. 2 layers. One for the outer lines, one for the underneath color. Well, I'm going to come back with a 3rd layer and do the gradients to make this stand out a little more. Oh, yeah, I want to put the jetsam / splashing water over there. Okay, the beach layer, at least the first beach layer. Right, the main ocean layer with the beach layer. Yeah, the texture with the ocean water, although it's not perfect. Like I said, I'm going to have to reconsider doing this. The 2 mountains in the background, not too happy with that. We'll see. We'll see if I want to keep that or not. Right now, that's just a reference. And the main figure of Miss Beach Ball. It's a start. That's the important thing. It's a start. This is a little better. We'll see what happens. Ugh. How does the rock fare, though? Ooh. Now it's hitting me. Now I'm getting tired. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to get to. This is what I've done so far. It's not perfect, but we'll see. A couple more cracks at it. Okay. Sorry about the uneventful live stream. Maybe we'll see what we can do tomorrow. But yeah, I was just bored, wanted to try some stuff out. Can't save you. Already worked on you. Okay, so this is the big thing to be doing right now. Oh, she's on the center. Okay, I knew I had something wrong. There we go. Forgive the loud noise. That's the sound it makes when I try to save a file. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, nothing too spectacular. Like I said, I'm going to unlist this, and then I'll see if I can just edit down as a just relatively brief video, but we'll see what happens. Not the most spectacular watch, but we'll see what happens. Okay.